Hey, Sarah with Tucson Electric Power here to talk about the benefits of electric vehicles and why we at TEP support EV. For starters, there are important environmental benefits to EVs. Because electric vehicles don't use any gasoline or oil, they aren't dependent on non-renewable fossil fuel resources. This means that driving electric vehicles don't release greenhouse gases or other pollutants and don't contribute to global climate change. That's right, EVs have zero tailpipe emissions, and with zero tailpipe emissions comes cleaner air. Cleaner air is better for everyone, and especially for people with asthma and other respiratory conditions. EVs are also very quiet compared to internal combustion engines, reducing the noise pollution in our cities. Internal combustion engines used in gasoline-powered vehicles have hundreds of moving parts and can be complicated and expensive to service as they age. Compare that to the half a dozen or so moving parts found in most electric vehicle engines. This brings us to one of my favorite parts of driving an EV: fewer trips to the mechanic. That's right. The maintenance on electric vehicles is much simpler than traditional gasoline vehicles. For starters, no oil changes. You heard me, no oil changes. Also, you can forget about needing to maintain and replace expensive exhaust systems, starter motors, fuel injectors, radiators, alternators, timing belts, engine and oil filters, as well as many other parts that aren't used in EVs. You do still need to rotate the tires, maintain the brakes, and yes, occasionally add windshield washer fluid. And if you drive an electric vehicle, you are exempt from emissions testing. With so much less service required, maintaining an EV is significantly cheaper than a gasoline-powered vehicle. And with the charging cost at around 1/3 the cost of fueling a traditional gasoline vehicle, you'll save even more money. And with battery technologies continuing to improve, many of today's EVs can go 150 to 400 miles or more without charging. That's more than enough distance for a busy day of commuting around town, doing errands, and handling kid pickups and drop-offs. So when shopping for an electric vehicle, it's very important to understand and factor in the future savings on fuel and maintenance. Also, there may be other rebates or incentives to help offset the cost for the installation of a level 2 home charging station. Buying your own electric vehicle may be more affordable than you think. To help EV owners stay charged up, TEP has some specifically designed pricing plans for customers who are charging electric vehicles at home. As the technology continues to evolve and change, the best way to stay up to date on the current information about electric vehicles and incentives for chargers is to visit TEP.com.